everything else goes, yeah, it's and it's looks like it might be back up now. Yeah, everything is on battery. It just couldn't. I don't know. We lost internet. That's all I know. But in the meantime, with all of this stuff happening, I don't know if we got this in time or not to catch a storm rolling through, but we're going to find out here in just a second. What you're hearing is a background noise that comes from the cameras for some reason. So let's take over right here. Let's see if this is looking out the back door. So if the storm was going to come through, we would have seen it. We would have seen it right here. Of course, there was a lot going on all at once. And again, this is looking east, basically out the front door of the weather center here. Of course, this is back to 11:30 here, but the warning was actually for about 11:47. We're up to 11:44 there. We're just kind of stepping through and tabbing through right here. Of course, we didn't see that here, I don't think. This large and extremely dangerous tornado they were talking about. I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong before. At least up until 12 o'clock, high noon, there was nothing there to report at that point. And it would appear that we would have had possibly a failure in that camera or a power outage or something there. This is a different view right about the same time. Of course, can't really tell a whole lot from what's going on here. But at either rate, if it was going to hit us, it would have been between 12 and 12:05, because obviously the conditions cleared up right now. It's 12:16 right now. And this particular little camera right here, it kind of held on. This is at noon. This is 12:01. This is looking south. But again, by 12:05, it would have appeared to have either cleared up. And of course, this is only about 25 feet off the ground. Some interesting stuff right there. Let's go back to 11:58. This is when we started getting concerned, sitting here and, trying to get up and get moving around, because this thing, we're talking about it being in our back doorstep. Of course, that thing hasn't updated up there either. Let's see. Yeah, so I have a lot, going on in this department here. Just really not. You can't tell anything. Of course, being on the north side of the storm, the north side of the rotation, anyway, according to our what we were seeing on radar, wasn't making a whole lot of sense. You can't see a whole lot looking south. It doesn't make any sense looking that way. So, but yeah, so really didn't seem like we had captured a whole lot of anything going on there. Let's look at east one more time. We might have an update from the east side. Okay, we're back to 11:55 here, and This is how we roll, gang. We do it on the fly. It's the only way to do it sometimes. All right, we have stopped at noon, and now we're going across noon. Now here's 12:01. This is looking east, slightly to the northeast. Slow it down just a ticker. And we have a new tornado warning we're going to look into here in just a second. Don't know yet. All right, let's get out of camera mode for just a minute, and we'll go back to this in a little while. Kind of keep an eye on some of these things. Go ahead and turn on EPS. Let's a look at the Elam Center over at Martin, where right now it looks like they're getting peaks of sunshine. All right. So back to it. Go ahead and hit the slide over to the radar. Let's see if we can get a bearing on this new tornado warning that we have here. And our it should have weather service back now, I think, with all the power failures and all that.
Impacted include Martin, Paris, McKenzie, Dresden, Greenfield.
Is this new?
Sharon, Cottage Grove, Roughton, Palmersville, Bernier, Henry, Sandy Hill, Jonesville, Crossland, Como, Ralston, Sunnyside.
I think this is new.
And Whitlock. Take cover now. Move to a storm shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
Is this the one?
Repeating, a tornado warning remains in effect until 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties.
And it's right here.
In Tennessee, Henry and Weakley. The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for.
Okay, we must be behind or something a little bit. Of course, things got a little crazy here a minute ago. Yeah, there is a tornado warning going on. This is, let's take a look here. It's a continuation of what was already there. Tornado warning remains in effect for another 10 minutes. At 12:18, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Cottage Grove. That was 7 miles northwest of Paris. Now, where is that on the radar? 7 miles northwest of Paris would be in this area right here. Let's take a look at this one. This is not, well, this may very well be the one that came through Dresden a few minutes ago. Okay. We'll go ahead and switch over to the winds because that's going to give us the most telltale sign here. Yes. So if you're in the neighborhood of Cottage Grove, Highway 140, Olive Road, the Osage Community, Highway 69, Sparks Road. We're into Henry County here. Pled Wade Road, Hyco Road, Purrier Road. That's Highway 140, East-West Road there. And Jones Mill, Mill Creek, these little communities of Highway 641, all the way to the state line just south of Hazel. You're all in this particular tornado warning right here. This is not... Let's see, check out some of the other details here. Still looking at some inflow on a different radar map over here. South of Gleason and east of Greenfield is a giant inflow area where this storm is sucking in a lot of energy. Okay, so back over here to our tornado and quarter-size hail. This is the one near Cottage Grove. This is the one that we're looking at right here. So if you're in the community of Purrier, Buchanan, anywhere along Highway 641 north of Paris, the Whitlock community, Foundry Hill, Conyersville, Bethlehem, Mount Pleasant, Mill Creek, Jones Mill, all of these areas, and especially the folks in Cottage Grove, you're under this tornado warning. Be in your safe place, be in your shelter right now. This is going to pass to the north of Paris. If you're watching on the stream, I'm doing a lot of zooming back and forth. Let's see here. We do have some information coming in from other places. This is tornado warning issued December 9th at 12:22. Now, this must be a new tornado warning, and who is this going to be?
Sharon, Cottage Grove, Roughton, Henry, Sandy Hill, Old Springfield, Como, Sunnyside, Whitlock, Porter.
Well, which one is it? If you're watching along on the stream, you see what I'm seeing. Okay, it's not going to be that one. It's going to be this next one. Tornado warning now. Weather Service says a tornado warning for northeastern Weakley County, Henry County until 1 o'clock. Tornado was over Cottage Grove. Is it possible the thing could be... No, stand by. Let's just do this. He'll tell it better than I can anyway. Well, hang on. Bear with us. It's all part of this wonderful emergency alert system that we have.
The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a tornado warning.
Yeah, we got that much.
Okay,
here comes the official word right here.
County in West Tennessee until 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 12:21 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Cottage Grove, or 8 miles northwest of Paris, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter.
Okay, so basically this is the same one that we have been watching here. It's just a little bit confusing because there's another storm back off to the south and west, more south than west of Cottage Grove. Actually, we would put it more back into Weakley County, actually near McKenzie, if I was being a little more specific about it. But it doesn't have any rotation on it right now, at least not being picked up by radar. But I mean, we'll just show you. I mean, it's kind of impressive, but it's really a magnitude of some heavy rainfall. And we're looking at down in the Christmasville area here, just to the west of McKenzie. Let's put it back over on radar and I'll show you what it looks like. So yeah, just south of Gleason, downtown Gleason, and the areas along Highway 22 between Gleason and McKenzie. I mean, this thing's just dumping rain. I mean, that's a big old purple, what they have up there. So lots of things going on here on the emergency alert. Lots of duplicate alerts. Of course, this tornado warning that continues. Let's go back up to Cottage Grove now, where at Cottage Grove, the temperature is 66. The dew point is 63. This is the Paris Henry County Airport, by the way, which is just right down the street from Cottage Grove. Again, this storm is going to be just to the north of the city of Paris here, the Whitlock community, as we switch it back over to the wind. This will give you a better gauge of what we're looking at. You know, people say, oh, look at the radar. Yeah, look at all the now. A lot of that's rain and a lot of it is wind and rain. But when you start tearing into the velocity factor of things, that's when we're talking about wind. So right here we have the green, we have the red. So we have yet another couplet here of rotating thunderstorm winds. Just to the west of Highway 641 between Purrier and the Whitlock community. Now these roads here, Stewart Road, Whitlock Road, and some of the other communities, Foundry Hill, Hico Road, and this is going to be Park Hill Road just south of Purrier. Hartsfield Road. This is Rose School Road. That's on the east side of 641 highway. The old Paris Murray Road, the Paris Bypass, Highway 218. Of course, everybody's familiar with that. This is the Henry County Airport. And again, the rotation is right here at the Henry County Airport. Also the Osage community. Basically the same little area here. Whitlock, Stewart Road, these other small roads around the airport here. This is Highway 69, Birds Creek Road, Darby Lane, Bolton Road, and Foundry Hill. Now we're picking up a little more stronger winds, as indicated by the brighter colors now showing up on the radar there. The last update that we received from... Let's see what we have here.
The conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds.
We actually might have a phone call coming in here. It seems like you're live on the air. Go.
Hello. This is the Venmo fraud prevention line. We have sent this automated call because of an attempt to change the password on your Venmo account.
I don't have Venmo. Go away. It's just so odd. Why would you do that in the middle of a dang tornado warning? I get such stupid and weird stuff coming into this place sometimes. That was not fake. That was actual telephone call coming in from something fake, obviously. It would appear that there's something else coming in here. Okay, you're on the air with us. Go ahead. Caller, go ahead. Are you there?
Hello.
Okay. You answer the phone, you never know what you're going to get right here. It's 12:30 here at the KenTenn Weather, and we are tracking tornadoes this afternoon and answering phone calls from robots, apparently, here, live on the air. Yeah, we're not going to answer that call either. That's the same number that keeps calling there. You might as well just give up, okay? Because caller ID does work. We're looking at this tornado warning, an active tornado warning that's in effect right now. And let's get you up to date on whatever the information is that they have. Nothing has been updated since the warning was issued about 7 minutes ago. The severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over Cottage Grove. It's 8 miles northwest of Paris. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Callaway County, Kentucky, obviously. Switch over to weather 2. Punch that one up. Yeah. Listen, we'll just stick with this one for now. We're not tracking too in depth some of these things here. So tornado warning for this area up here north of Paris, Puryear, Hazel, Kentucky, Cottage Grove, these areas in the northern half of Henry County, Tennessee. And now Callaway County is under a severe thunderstorm warning from this same storm, as you can see right along in here. Thunderstorms are located along a line extending from 8 miles south of Murray to near Paris. Wind gust and quarter-size hail out of this thunderstorm here. We had some hail here a while ago, too, as that one storm was passing through our backyard, actually. It really wasn't, it was a little bit larger than the size of a snow pea, I guess. Back in Arkansas, so this is over in the Stuttgart area, and let's see, Monroe County and Arkansas County. Doesn't concern us just yet. Caldwell, Crittenden, Webster County in West Kentucky under thunderstorm warnings. Benton, Henry, and Weakley County have thunderstorm warnings until for the next 30 minutes from all of this thunderstorm activity we've been watching here on the radar. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect till 1 o'clock for southern Weakley, North Central, Benton, and Henry counties. The thunderstorm, 60-mile-per-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail. For all of these areas in Weakley and Henry and Benton County. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. This is the storm system this is the Cottage Grove storm system. We have an update here. Trees and power lines down south of Dresden. This was reported at 12:02. And large trees along Chicken Road. We were just looking at that on radar about 10, well, I don't know. Was that 10, 15 minutes ago? Now, if you look at it this way, gang, if this was reported at 12:05, remember the video we were watching a while ago? We rolled it back and it had passed through our backyard here at 12:05. It was over with. But Chicken Road's on the other side of Highway 22 east of Dresden. So we were definitely looking at the back end of that. And if this is any accuracy to it whatsoever, let's go ahead and roll this back just a little bit, just kind of give you an idea of where we're looking here. Okay, so there's the city of Dresden here. This area Well, you can't see the mouse up there. So this is a cut across. This is the main road coming through Dresden. This is Highway 22 right there. If I come down here, this is Highway 54 East-West Road. Can I put a marker right there? Yes, I can. I just put the little marker right there. So you see the little red dot right here. This was actually north of us here, north of the office. But it would appear that the majority of the activity here, trees and power lines down south of Dresden. Structural damage to the National Guard Armory in Dresden was reported. Reports are coming into the Weather Service. Structural damage to the National Guard Armory in Dresden. And then, of course, that this is in the neighborhood of Highway 22 and Chicken Road and all of this other area right here. Large trees along Chicken Road. Again, the original tornado warning for this warning here earlier was a large and extremely dangerous tornado. It was originally over in the Sharon neighborhood, but this storm took a southerly track to us this time. In December 2021, it was the country corner that was 3/4 of a mile from the office here that took a hit, and it went through downtown Dresden. Today, I just have to go and check this out here a little later, but today, these thunderstorms, it would appear that the circulation went south of Dresden and barely grazed our backyard back here, because we were talking about the neighborhood of Bynum Road and Liberty Road. And if you took a northeasterly track there, that would have tracked over to the National Guard Armory in that area that they're talking about, where all of this damage is being reported. So there's that. All right, let's go back over to our radar. We have some new radar now showing up in the time that we've been talking and trying to cover some of the damage situation here. So let's go ahead, go back to Weather 1, and we'll do that. So what we're looking at here, gang, we're still looking at some strong rotation. Indicated right here, Purrier. As you can see, we're looking at possibility of hail, 3/4 inch size hail. This particular part of the thunderstorm is rotating right here. You would actually see the winds being blown out. See along this line, turning into a more like a gust front of sorts here. See the winds being blown out and see the winds being pulled back. And when you have those side by side, you start to end up with pockets of rotation. You got to watch for these that are brighter than the others, because these do have the potential to spin up and create something. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck. Is it straight line winds, or is it something else going on there? If we take a look at this, the winds, well, I've clicked too much. The winds, 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts we're looking at in portions of this storm. And some of it is not even worth looking at. I mean, it's not that far out. It's not that strong there. But let's go back over to the radar and do a comparison here. See, we've kind of turned into like a linear storm here. Just draw a line from Kentucky Lake all the way down to McKenzie. And our storm, and if you look back to the south and and west of all of this activity, you start to see this line of storms here. If you take and you put that into animation, it's been kind of brewing for a while, but things are starting to come together. You have your dry line right here, and your cold front is right behind your dry line. What is this? Is this a new severe thunderstorm warning? Is that what this is? We lost our audio again, didn't we? I wonder how that happened. Did we lose our internet? No, internet's still on. Okay. We just lost our weather service feed. All right. That's okay. And one more time before we lose our radar picture on this Dresden storm that we were watching earlier. Again, here we are right here. This flag that's showing up. And this was at, what was the timestamp on this one here? I would put it about 12 o'clock, 12:05, somewhere in that neighborhood. The Cottage Grove storm that we were watching here. Of course, you see this notch in this area right here. But if you roll it back, this would put it about that area where the National Guard Armory is right here. Let's go and, yeah, now we can see what we're talking about. Here's Gleason. Here's Dresden. Here's National Guard Armory as we're driving southeast. This should be Shobe Road right here. Is that not? No, that's Highway 217. So Dresden High School is right here. There's Shobe Road, and the National Guard Armory would be right across the road from there. So we'll back our radar picture up and out just a hair right here and roll that back. And as you can see the thunderstorm winds rotating right there. You can see the inflow notch, and you can see this notch. This notch is where the rotation would have been. Okay. And when we first started talking to you right here, it was coming across from Sharon. That's where the original tornado warning was issued. And then they updated it. They've been chasing this thing. They updated it when they got past the Mount Herman area and got almost to the city limits of Dresden right here where this inflow notch is. This is Bynum Road to the east and west right here. This is Liberty Road to the north and south. And this is Highway 54 right here. And right here's the lower Sharon Road. And keep watching this notch area right here as it comes across. And keep in mind, we're right here. Just didn't have a camera up high enough, didn't have a tower high enough to take a picture of it, I guess. But they said it's here. And then it has, in that amount of time, 5 minutes time, it had made its way from Liberty Road all the way over to Highway 22. And again, the National Guard Armory would have been in this area right here. It'd actually be right here. So again, let's go back to our storm reports. We only had 3 again, as we tell you. Trees and power lines down south of Dresden. And that would have been on Highway 54. Structural damage to the National Guard Armory was also reported. That was reported around 12:05, 12:02 on the power lines. Large trees down on the Chicken Road at 12:05. So we've had some spotters out here, probably, who reported that? Spotters. I know there were some storm chasers in the neighborhood today too, but we haven't kept an eye on them. Now, new severe thunderstorm warning. We're going to get out of here because there's no tornado warnings to talk about at the moment. Crockett, Dyer, Gibson, Lauderdale, and Haywood County severe thunderstorm located over Ripley, moving east at 45 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour gusts, quarter size hail. And that will more than likely miss us. We're on the leading edge of the cold front, at the moment. Back over to our radar. We'll, get things set back up and normal for you here and see what updates we do have to give to you. Turn off some of those towns. I think if you're in any one of these counties by this time, you should know what county you live in, right? And know where you're located, especially when it says WUTM up here. That's the back view off of. Actually, that's looking across University Street to the south and east. And your Fine Arts Building is right there. This is Montpelier Road right down here. And that's the other angle of the Elam Center. So we're actually looking more to the south and the west at this point right here. So that's what we're looking at there. It's unfortunate some of these places, they do not have the ability, well, they don't have cameras in these areas. I think there's other storm chasers because you have some down here. This is Corey Gherkin. We're not going to watch some of these because they don't like us watching their stuff. You know, every now and then though, if they are outside our back door, we're going to put them on anyway because it's life-threatening stuff. Okay, that's just what we do, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind it. It's life-threatening. Now, if I'm sitting here playing it all day, you know, for fun, it's different. This is not for fun. But we're going to continue to see. We're going to continue to see some stuff pop up across the Mid-South and Middle Tennessee throughout the day. So the latest convective outlook that we're looking at here has not really offered up any major changes, no hatched areas, things like that. Something really upsetting is going on with the emergency alert. Let's see what's happening over here. There's a new tornado warning for Haywood County now. It's kind of outside of our listening area. Well, now it's not just Haywood County. Let's get back on this. Right around this neighborhood right here, this is going to be Crockett County. This is going to be Friendship and Murray City. Where are the cities? Yeah. So right here, this is Nutbush. This tornado warning extends up through Humboldt and Trenton and Milan. And let's see. There's a lot going on right here. And all at once. Let's look at the winds here. It's not bad. There's a lot of winds blowing outward, but then again, we're not on the Memphis radar, and we probably need it for these storms. We probably need to switch over to Memphis. So let's do that right quick. And now things are starting to shape up here. We're looking at, there's definitely something spinning right here. 67, nearly hurricane force winds, 70 mile per hour wind gust right there, just to the northeast of Nutbush. This is on a line from Murray City, Crockett Mills, the Cairo community outside of Alamo. Let's see what the Alamo EMA camera is showing us at the moment. Looks like it's very possible looking in that general direction there. But we'll set him aside for just a minute. And we'll go over here and look at, be nice if I knew it, the difference between the left and the right here. It would be nice to figure that out, wouldn't it? Back over to the radar picture here. We don't show a good strong inflow notch, but there is one here, as you can see. Some winds blowing into the storm, a bit of circulation. It is on that path for a 6 hook, but it's not that well defined just yet. If you go and look at the internal winds of the storm, though, there's enough there to kind of give somebody some concern there. 50 mile per hour wind gust, 49, 69, as we see these things blowing, circling around and blowing back toward the southwest, toward the radar. We can see that clearly right here. So let's keep this right here for just a minute. We'll keep our eye on it and do some other little research things on our end over here. See if we can't get our weather service signal back up. I think we've totally lost that feed. It's very possible. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just hang on right here for just a minute then, and we'll keep it here. This is a tornado warning for Crockett County, Haywood County, Gibson County, and it's already out of Lauderdale County. And this tornado warning goes until 1:30, so another 40 minutes here. And the copy goes like this: a severe thunderstorm was capable. 6 minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was over the Fort Deer area, 7 miles east of Ripley. Tornado and quarter-size hail. Radar indicated tornado, indicated by radar. The rotation was indicated by radar. Folks in these locations: Humboldt, Ripley, Milan, Trenton, Alamo, Bells, Halls, Bradford, Nutbush, Fort Deer, Chestnut Bluff, Medina, Murray City, Friendship, Gates, Gadsden, Gibson, Tucker's Corner, Gibson Wells, and Cades. Take cover now. This is a tornado warning for all of these areas. Tornado warnings for Crockett, Gibson, Lauderdale, Haywood County. If you're in Friendship, Alamo, Bells, Humboldt, Trenton, Milan, get in your shelter now. Murray City, you're under this thing right now. That's some big wind right there. Again, we're looking at our winds right here, 67 mile per hour wind gusts. And this storm is looping back around. This is the winds blowing toward, these are blowing toward the radar. There's your empty circulation. So this is your inflow right here. Necessarily, the inflow notch does not always line up with what you see on radar. But now we're starting to kind of see a hook on this thing, folks. In Murray City, along the Highway 88, Brim's Corner, Shady Grove, you should be in your shelter by now. Buford Road, Jordan Road, the Cairo community in general, Nichols Road, Reynolds Road, Broadview, Dog Hill, Johnson's Grove, all these folks getting you sheltered now. So this is what we're looking at. Also, you see this green bubble over here on the far right. This is looking, Crockett EMA looking toward the west at this storm. We're going to leave this right here. Like I said, we're going to leave it here for a bit and just let this ride for a little bit longer there. And kind of get an idea on some other things right there. Okay, so looks like the Crockett County guys, they have spun their camera around enough here to, now they're actually looking at the right part of the storm. They were looking at something else a while ago. Okay, so they're in a good place now. Now we're starting to see things. Now if they'll just leave it right there, we can see what all's going on over there, while we try and make some changes to some things on our end. As we remind you again, there is a tornado warning in effect till 1:30, as a matter of fact, for those areas that I mentioned earlier. Gibson County, Crockett County, North Haywood County. Where's the next storm? Do we have other storms that's firing behind this? That's the question. The tornado warning for Paris Henry County has either expired or was canceled. A severe thunderstorm, I can't talk today. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for that area. Paris, northeast, 65 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm was located there at 1244. Hail damage to vehicles is expected, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Again, thunderstorm wind reports here in Dresden. Again, large trees down along Chicken Road. That's along Highway 22 east of town. And also, if you continue to look at some of these other reports here, structural damage to the National Guard Armory here in Dresden, just on the city limits. That's as you cross, is that the Obion River when you cross there? So we have that there. We also have trees and power lines down there south of Dresden. We didn't lose power here, but for maybe 2 seconds during all of this mess earlier. Everything's on battery, so we weren't that bad off. Again, one more time for everybody who is listening, and we'll back up for just a little bit. Tornado warning continues until 1:30 for Crockett, Gibson, Lauderdale, and Haywood County. Lauderdale's going to be dropped off of that warning here in a minute. They'll be bringing you an update on that too. And also the live radar picture and the camera shot we're going to leave up from the Crockett County EMA there in Alamo, looking west toward Murray City, as they're looking at what appears to be a wall cloud building there. So we're going to keep it right here as we do some homework on our end. This is the KenTenn Weather Center. It's 12:54. Okay, we're still live with this on Facebook and I believe on the YouTube channel. YouTube, it's going to be, how do you pull it up? I forget, it's been a minute ago. If you will go to, I believe if it's, if you'll go to ktweather.net, that's ktweather.net. The live stream links are over there. Whichever one you prefer to go look at. Phone's ringing. Let's check out the phone here. Okay, nobody's there. They went away. Here it is. It is 103 at the KenTenn Weather Center. And we're keeping track of this tornado warning, which has been allowed to expire. Of course, what you're watching on the screen over there is the live shot from the Crockett County EMA, where these the storm has just passed through here. Let's bring up the wind product, and as you can see, they're still having 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of this storm over here just in Alamo, in the town itself. And behind that, you can see this thing's turning into a giant gust front more than anything. Because if you go to your if you go to your radar and you pick this out, we're looking at the Memphis radar shot here. There are some other storms refiring along the Mississippi River. We'll cover that in a minute. But back down near Covington, Brownsville, and these areas here. We go back, we switch a lot between the wind product and the radar product. The radar kind of indicates where the heavy rain is coming from and where the wind is picking the rain up and moving it around. Then we go to the velocity product and see a closer examination of the wind based on the rain and whatever's in the atmosphere there. We're looking here. There's 3 storm chasers in West Tennessee. At least that's on our service here, and we all pretty much use the same service. That's just what we tend to do here. But actually, getting back to it, looking at our storms, there are no tornado warnings in effect right now. Again, if you're watching online, which where else are you going to watch? You're not watching on TV, right? We can tell you for positive and for sure here, there's no tornado warning in effect in West Tennessee just yet. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for Stewart County that's on the Tennessee River. That was the big, massive amount of storms that was passing through earlier. Part of the storm system where produced tornado in Dresden and outside of not Crockett Mills. I've suddenly drawn a blank on that. Cottage Grove is what I was trying to say, up in Henry County. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 1:15, so another 10 minutes on this storm for Crockett County and Gibson County. At 1:03, this is 3 minutes ago, a thunderstorm was located near Alamo, 13 miles west of Humboldt, moving east at 45 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail here. Folks in Humboldt, Trenton, Alamo, Eaton, Murray City, Friendship, Gadsden, Hawkinsville, Quincy, Gibson Wells, Crockett Mills, Fruitland, Central, Brems Corner, Johnson's Grove, Elizabeth, Stokes, Curry, Mount Orange, and Brazil. All of these areas here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 o'clock for the entirety and the populace of West Tennessee. So just so you know, we are watching severe thunderstorms or storms becoming severe from Covington over to Henning, Ripley, Brownsville. This is another round, I guess we should say. And then, of course, the one in Alamo, the one that you've been watching there. All right, there we are. We had and stop down for just a minute. And let's see, where are we on the severe stuff right now? Right now, the severe of the severe, if that makes any sense whatsoever to you, has passed most of the West Tennessee area anyway. We're still going to continue to watch this one down here. It has 1-inch size hail, possibly severe hail right here. Thunderstorm warning, like I said, continues for another 5 minutes for Crockett County. And that particular thunderstorm cell looks like it's trying to develop an inflow notch on it. It's trying to pick up some, always say pick up some speed. It's trying to cycle into something else. Let's go back down here and just take a look at what we're showing here. So right here, here's the heavy rain. Okay. So what you've been looking at here, you've been looking at the live picture from the Crockett County EMA up here. And they're looking off to the southeast, I believe. I believe that's correct right there. Yeah, the camera shots don't have directions on them. Let's take a look right now at the shot from downtown Humboldt. This is about 10 miles out ahead of the storm approaching. What was this from? Humboldt Fire Department. So, yeah, they're actually looking in the right direction here. We're going to keep an eye on these folks here for just a little bit. Later on, as this storm continues to move off to the east and the northeast, we'll check in with, it's not going to go toward the three-way there. Let's stop in Trenton, Tennessee for just a moment and check him out at the Gibson County EMA up there. They're looking, not entirely sure. I think they might be looking just to the west here. That's all right. We'll keep a watch on that too there. Lots of things going on here as we have these little eyes in the sky around. See what Crockett County, Madison County 911's like. They're looking. Okay, this is the three-way shot right there at the cardboard box place or the Save-A-Lot place where they do the groceries and all of that. We're looking off to the north and west right here. This is looking at this thunderstorm that's moving to the north and east out of Crockett County into Gibson County. So as we take a look here at this particular shot, there'll be some more people jumping on board with this here soon. Sounds like something new is coming in, and it is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning for, who is it going to be for now? Until 2 o'clock, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles northwest of Humboldt, moving east at 45 miles per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gust and nickel size hail. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for central Crockett County, southeastern Weakley County, which is my neighborhood again, central Gibson County and northwestern Carroll County. This thunderstorm warning that's what I said, goes until 2 o'clock. This is not a tornado warning. Could become a tornado warning. We are under a tornado watch until 7 o'clock tonight. Okay. And I don't know. It's, I find it interesting though, that you see, we're watching, as we continue to watch these storms come through, everybody, West Tennessee is going to be a hot spot for storms today. Yeah. All the storm chasers have gathered in West Tennessee today. And I got news for them. Like for instance, right here, they've been chasing this one. It was under a tornado warning outside of Alamo. This is Highway 152. These are not 4-lane highways. So these guys here, they're just caught up in this rain and this pea-sized hail and stuff falling down right here. These are 2-lane highways, y'all. I mean, y'all need to be out on the open roads or something, because, this is just as bad as a Oklahoma dirt road getting stuck in places like this. It's not the same. Back what we were talking about a few minutes ago, we were noticing that here's a notch. This is what they call those inflow notches, where storms, the center of a circulation tends to be in the neighborhood of these little notches. Of course, we still see some spin on this. It's not as impressive as it was a while ago with the hurricane force winds that we were seeing. And now a new weather statement has come out, a cautionary statement for back in Crockett County, the Nutbush area. Here we go. See, here's another storm with an inflow notch on it already west of Brownsville. And what does the Weather Service tell us here? They tell us that I'm way too close to the bottom of the screen. All right. Winds in excess of 30 miles per hour and half-inch hail. Strong storm 8 miles south of Nutbush, moving northeast at 50. Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the wind. What does the wind tell us? Everything's in the wind. Well, wow, that's a good clip right there. I mean, that could be radar indicated rotation too at some point. This is the Memphis radar site that we're looking at, so it's close enough. 91 mile per hour wind gusts. Back to the radar picture. I don't know, it has enough punch to it. Again, you got to watch these with the little notches on them. That's where the storms get their spin up from. Again, like this one right here, this one could turn into a tornadic thunderstorm here outside of Humboldt. Let's go back to the velocity product here. Still starting to pick up a pretty gusty winds, 70 mile per hour winds. 85 right there on that one as we're watching them move into the city of Humboldt. Let's go back to Humboldt Fire Department, and see what's not seeing a lot that's terribly impressive just yet. But obviously you can look at the pavement, and there's not a drop of water on the pavement yet, but they're keeping an eye on it. I feel like this camera's a relatively new camera. I don't remember it being on our weather service here before. It's very much a possibility. We'll put them back down here in the corner. Well, no, there's a map down there, isn't it? All right, we'll put them right here for now. Too much going on the screen here at the KenTenn Weather Center. By the way, it's 1:15, and we are keeping track of some of the severe weather today. There are no tornado warnings to speak of just yet. What we are going to do, we're going to check and see if our weather service feed is back up and running again. And if so, we're going to leave it right there for now. And we'll speak on the matter of tornadoes and
possible tornado.
Yeah, we'll be speaking on tornadoes and tornado warnings if there are more that come out. It's still early. The very severe stuff, as they've been talking about, was not supposed to get ramped up until after 2:00 this afternoon. It's 1:16 now. Obviously, we've been seeing stuff. We saw stuff here in Dresden. Storm spotters reported tornadoes earlier today before noon. There was some damage at the Dresden National Guard Armory. There was Dresden, there was power lines down south of Dresden. And I think they were talking more in the Liberty Road area, the Bynum Road area, because that's where the storm came across town. I mean, it was only a half mile or, well, less from our office here. But we didn't get a good shot of it. They said it was a large and extremely dangerous tornado. I think that was the wording on the tornado warning itself. But we had missed out on that. Let's go back here. I could tell you precisely what they said. And then again, maybe I can't. I'm not entirely sure, but I could tell you one thing. We had one earlier today. We had a tornado here in Weakley County. And very suddenly, speaking on that matter. So, it just showed up and boom, there it was. We were having quarter size hail hitting the back door out here. We're scrambling, trying to turn the cameras around and all of this other stuff, to try and get a shot and get an idea of what's going on. This is not a very good setup right here on the entire weather picture. If you're looking at the weather picture with us, in my pencil. So we have a warm front out here. We have the main cold front back here. We have a dry line right here out in front of the cold front. And we're going to start seeing all this firing up out here in front of that dry line. We've already seen, the dew points are really up there. If you'll take a look, 66 in Memphis, 64 dew point down in Savannah. That's not Savannah. That's Bolivar, I think. Still pretty good dew point, 64, 61 over here. And we're still reporting. I'm not entirely sure exactly where that is. I think that might very well be the Carroll County Airport reporting that right there. Looking down here, Jackson, Madison County, I don't see anything from McKellar Field reporting in. But anyway, you have this setup. You have the warm front, you have the cold front, sucking in all this moisture. And again, down here where we were talking about this area, Memphis, North Mississippi, they kind of had that under somewhat of a more, I'm not going to say it's an enhanced risk, but all of the models were pointing to activity being produced right along in this area at the peak or at the beginning of the actual storm setup for the day. They've been talking about that last 24 hours. We'll put the radar into reverse motion here as we can see. Yeah, there's a thunderstorm. And you get here and it kind of tightens up a little bit. And you start seeing these other pop-up cells right here. These little pop-up cells. But at the same time, you have a linear mode of thunderstorms from Memphis all the way up through Kentucky. You have this whole linear mode of thunderstorms, which will more than likely turn into some sort of a squall line as it passes across Tennessee throughout the day today. Let's go in on this Crockett County storm. This is what we were looking at a while ago. Crockett County EMA camera. It's already passed through Alamo, as we can see right here. They're kind of looking at, they're not even looking at the back end of it. They're still looking southeast. This was an old radar picture, and we'll put it into motion, move it forward as it has moved into southern Gibson County and right here in the Humboldt neighborhood. And now we're approaching Gibson. This is Highway 70. This is the road, or a 79 highway, whichever one you want to look at, however you want to look at it, talk about it, whatever. It's coming up on the city of Milan. This thing's going to traverse off to the northeast. Atwood, you're in the neighborhood of this next. Graball is in the neighborhood. Also, some other communities out here: Ledbetter, Howes, Whithorn, Hopewell, Carter's Chapel, McLemoresville, Tresvant. All of these areas up along Highway 70, Highway 79, in the path of this severe thunderstorm. And again, as I said, this is a severe thunderstorm. Now we have a two rotation down here. 2 1/4 inch size hail in this thunderstorm right here. There is some spin up, as indicated by the mesocyclone number. So this is just to the north of, this is on the Trenton Highway. Let's see what the Trenton camera is showing or looking at now. They're still looking relatively the same direction here. So not a lot going on from there. Humboldt, we're going to go ahead and downside camera there down. And this storm will be crossing Highway 79 here. It's moving pretty quick, as a matter of fact. But, saying all of that, we're going to back off of this just a little bit and kind of see what this thing does. Again, we'll recap some of the stuff. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for Montgomery, Stewart, and Houston County in Middle Tennessee until 2:15. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for Crockett, Gibson, Carroll, Haywood, and Madison County until 2 o'clock this afternoon. In southern Kentucky, Christian and Trigg County, a thunderstorm warning until 2 o'clock. Carroll, Crockett, Gibson, Weekly. Carroll, Gibson, Weekly, Crockett County. There's a thunderstorm warning. Now there's a new tornado warning for Montgomery and Stewart County in Middle Tennessee. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Big Rock, near Dover, moving east at 35 miles per hour. This is a radar-indicated rotation. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of northwestern Montgomery and east central Stewart counties, including Indian Mound, Woodlawn, and Palmyra. That is a tornado warning for Montgomery and Stewart County. And again, Clarksville is in Montgomery County. Dover is in Stewart County. So along Highway 79, we'll go up to the radar here and check this in just a minute. I'm reading from a different screen over here. So the tornado was near Big Rock or near Dover, moving east at 35 miles per hour. This is a slow moving storm system. We've kind of noticed though. Some pockets are faster than others, but for the most part, it's kind of just hanging out, slowly. Let's head up Highway 79 here. And we're going to switch off to the Hopkinsville radar or something. I can't see that far up there. Yeah. Okay. What are we looking at? Tornado warning. There's Dover. There's Highway 79. Here's Clarksville over here. So people in Woodlawn, Fort Campbell, and really there's a lot of Army stuff out in this area, so we'll leave it at that. So of course they're already going to be on high alert for this stuff anyway. If you are in the city of Clarksville, just have a heads up here that there is a tornadic thunderstorm moving your way. So again, tornado warning continues for Montgomery County. Now there's a new tornado warning for areas down around Memphis. We'll go take a look at that here in just a second. So bear with us as we get through Montgomery and Stewart County right here. Tornado warning until 1:45 this afternoon. There you go. Now back down. A lot of switching off going on here, isn't it? Okay. Back to the Memphis radar site. And here we go. Tornado warning back down south, northeast Memphis here. Helena, Arkansas. There's a tornado warning there on its way to Hernando, Tunica. Anybody's down at the boat today, you might want to give them a heads up. They might not be aware of that. Or any one of the boats in Tunica. I have never been to the boat in Tunica, but that's beside the point. I have been to the one at Caruthersville. Is there a boat in Metropolis? Or I can't remember. I know some things, but I don't know everything. I don't care what they say. Okay, we're still on the Memphis radar site. Are we down? No. Memphis radar's not down, is it? No, it's green. Okay, good. Taking a look at these thunderstorms here. We might could switch back to Paducah here before it's for too long. This thunderstorm cell we've been watching move out of Crockett County was tornadic, and they're about to get round 2 here, Brownsville and Bells in just a little bit. Continue to watch this stuff. Atwood, Macklemoresville, Tresvant, Huntington. This is not a tornado warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for these areas here. But that kind of brings you up to date on what's going on. Again, 2 active tornado warnings in the area. One is in just to the east of Kentucky Lake in Stewart County, Tennessee, and one back down near the casinos in Tunica. And that's both of them are rather out of our coverage area, so to speak. We cover a lot of areas, but some of them, we're really concerned about this stuff right here in central West Tennessee. And this is where we're going to leave it right now. We'll leave you with the National Weather Service. The stream will stay up. And if it breaks out, of course, well, you know the drill. We'll be back. Maybe.
Jackson, Brownsville, Humboldt, Milan, Trenton, Fairview, Alamo, Bells, Three-Way, Nutbush, Belle Eagle, Holly Grove, Adair, Medina, Maury City, Gadsden, Gibson, Quincy, Gibson Wells, and Allens. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for West Tennessee. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Carroll, Crockett, Gibson, Haywood, and Madison. The severe thunderstorm warning for Central Crockett County is canceled. The severe thunderstorm which prompted the warning has moved out of the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for West Tennessee. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for southeastern Weakley, southeastern Gibson, and northwestern Carroll counties. At 1:24 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Milan, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, golf ball size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Humboldt, Milan, McKenzie, Trenton, Huntington, Gleason, Bradford, Atwood, Tradesman, Gibson, McLemoresville, Tucker's Corner, Cates, New Enterprise, Ledbetter, Stafford Store, Buns Grove, Gann, Georgetown, and Wingo. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for West Tennessee. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the storm shelter or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Carroll, Gibson, and Weakley. The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 714, effective until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. This watch includes the following counties in Tennessee: Crockett, Dyer, Gibson, Haywood, Lauderdale, Obion, Tipton, and Weakley. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. A strong thunderstorm will impact southwestern Crockett, northeastern Tipton, southeastern Lauderdale, and central Haywood counties through The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Gibson County in West Tennessee, Carroll County in West Tennessee, until 2:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Milan, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and $half size hail. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Milan, Huntington, Brewston, Atwood, Medina, Tradesman, Hollow Rock, Clarksburg, McLemoresville, Howley, Hickory Flat, Taylor, Dollar, Cates, Ledbetter, Leach, Sitka, Tate, Palmer Shelter, and Buena Vista. Take cover now. Move to a storm shelter or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 2:15 p.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Carroll and Gibson. A strong thunderstorm will impact southwestern Crockett, northeastern Tipton, southeastern Lauderdale and central Haywood counties through 1:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:12 p.m. Central Standard Time, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm 8 miles south of MOWX, or 10 miles east of Covington, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, winds in excess of 30 miles per hour and half-inch hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, gusty winds could knock down trillions and blow around unsecured objects. Minor hail damage to vegetation is possible. Locations impacted include Brownsville, Bells, Chestnut Bluff, Nutbush, Bell Eagle, Holly Grove, Fork Deer, Maury City, Allens, Christmasville, Jones, Frog Jump, Turnpike, Cotton Lake, Dog Hill, Orissa, Rudolph, Brims Corner, Tibbs, and Durhamville. If outdoors, consider seeking shelter inside a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for West Tennessee. The current time is 1:33 p.m. Central Standard Time. The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a tornado warning for southeastern Gibson County in West Tennessee, Carroll County in West Tennessee, until 2:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Milan, moving at 40 miles per hour. At 1:30 p.m. Central tornado and half-dollar thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Radar indicated rotation. Impact. Flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Milan, Huntington, Brewston, Atwood, Medina. A severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for southeastern Weakley, southeastern Gibson, and northwestern Carroll counties. At 1:33 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Now, a severe weather update. Here's Brian Thomas.
Okay, gang, here we go. We're back at 1:35 here in the Weather Center. And it's not looking good here as we start to get ramped up for some severe weather, some tornadoes. We've been talking about it for about 2 days now. And if you're watching at ktweather.net or listening at newstalk965.com, wherever you might be this afternoon, be aware we now have active tornado warnings that are close enough to us. And also, even across the river in Middle Tennessee, and just for that matter, if you know anybody in Montgomery or Stewart County, a confirmed tornado is located 9 miles southeast of Big Rock. That's 12 miles southwest of Fort Campbell, so give them a heads up there. Tornado warnings are now active in East Arkansas, and now this one here, a tornado warning for Gibson County and Carroll County until 2:15 this afternoon. About 5 minutes ago, a tornado was located over Milan by Doppler radar, moving east at 40 miles per hour with half-dollar size hail. Its radar indicated rotation. Flying debris will be dangerous. That's dangerous to those caught without shelter. Get out of your mobile homes. Get somewhere safe. Get somewhere flat. If you live in Milan, Huntington, Brewston, Atwood, Medina, Tresvant, Hollow Rock, Clarksburg, McLemoresville, Howley, Hickory Flat, Hillard, Dollar, Cades, Ledbetter, Leach, Sitka, Tate, Palmer's Shelter, and Buena Vista. Take cover now. This is a tornado warning indicated by radar. Again, half-dollar size hail, also part of this storm. It's moving east at 40 miles per hour. We've already seen tornado warnings out for Weakley County and Henry County earlier in the day, and where Dresden had damage to the National Guard Armory earlier this morning about 12:05. Well, actually 12:05 this afternoon, as the storm passed through south of Dresden there, and knocked some power lines, some power poles down along Bynum Road and just south of town there, and then moved across to Highway 22 and ran into the back of the National Guard Armory, where there was some damage over there. If you're following this again, along with the radar, which you can check that one of the live streams over at ktweather.net, you can check out the radar and what we're doing here. So let's get to it. Again, a tornado warning, just to remind you and keep you plugged into all of this. At 1:30, so this has been about 7 minutes ago, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Milan, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Moving east at 40 miles per hour. Okay. So let's take a look at this. Let's get down to it here. We see McLemoresville, Huntington, Atwood. If you draw a straight line from one of those destinations to the other, that's where the majority of all of this. Now, if we switch over to the wind product, that's going to give us a little bit more detail of what's going on here. There are tornado chasers on the ground just to the east of Milan that are keeping an eye on this. There's 2 or 3 of them, as a matter of fact, along Highway 104 between Milan and Whithorn and Highway 120. If you're in the Howse community, HOWSC, Hopewell, Carter's Chapel, if you're in McLemoresville, Atwood, Terry, you all should be in your tornado shelter right now. Along Highway 70, Highway 79 from, this is Highway 70 from Cedar Grove all the way up to Huntington, Clarksburg. If you're in these areas here, Scott Hill, Jumbo, Tate, Hillard, Davis Chapel, Poplar Springs, Anarch, all of these areas need to be in your tornado shelter right now. It's daylights in these areas here. So let's